What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing another Black Desert Online video, and today we're just going to be taking a look at some of the hubbub that has been going around with this game, Crimson Desert, that was announced by Pearl Abyss. Now, first thing I just wanted to point out is that this game is not to be confused with the private server Crimson Desert. This is a private server, which are illegal, bad, don't play these. It is not the same game. That's been kind of floating around. I see that on Reddit and on the forums and stuff. That's really completely incorrect. This is a private server game that you don't play, because don't do it. And then this is an actual Pearl Abyss game that we will be getting a trailer for on November 14th. So not this. Two different things, okay? So aside from that, what we know about this is very little. There was an announcement where they talked about it had been in development since the second half of 2018, and it is going to be their new premier MMO. Of course, we don't have a trailer for this just yet, but you can sign up for newsletter submission and whatnot from there. We're going to see this at a Expo G-Star. We've got this banner for what Pearl Abyss is going to be bringing. We can see this Crimson Desert here, whatever this thingy is here. Plan 8 actually looks kind of cool. And oh, what do you know? It's the Shadow Arena. Wonder what happened to that. Looks like it's going to be a separate game. We kind of knew that already. But yeah, we'll see the trailers get released for these coming up next week. Now, as far as other things going on with Crimson Desert, obviously, like I said, we don't know a whole lot about it, other than they do say the actual statement was that it was going to be their flagship MMO behind Black Desert Mobile, which is interesting to note that they're calling this to be their flagship behind that, and not a sequel to Black Desert. If you didn't know that already, this isn't going to be, well, it could be worlded as a sequel. What I mean by that is it's not an expansion to Black Desert. It's going to be a different game entirely. So the next thing is, you starting to hear rumblings of, do we jump ship? When does this go out? So we need to see what they're going to say in the trailer first before we really get an idea of what's going to happen with the development of this game. For an MMO to only have been in production since, late last year or the second half of last year, that means this game is years from now for us anyway. I could see maybe if I don't know, we're really pushing it, maybe you could get like a Korean release of it late 2020 or something like that, possibly. Then localization is going to take at least a year, if not longer from there. Maybe they could push for something like a world release. We saw them do that with Archer, but the only reason I don't think that's much of a possibility there is because I mentioned this on my Discord as well. After the release of Archer, they were actually planning on doing world releases for all their content updates, and we all know that to not be true. So I have a hard time seeing them prepping an entire game launch that's only been in development for maybe one full year at this point at most, to actually hit a world release by next year. So I don't think this is anything we're going to see for a few years at least in the NA region. From there. Obviously, I could be wrong. It's just speculation. That's all we're going to have until we do get trailer and some notices or some kind of outline for what's going on with the Crimson Desert release. So we'll just have to look for that when it is released and kind of follow along from there. But I wouldn't be too worried about just jumping ship and giving up on BDO at this point because, like I said, it's probably pretty far off. It might also be that they take the game in a different direction. This would be something coming out around the time of Diablo 4. Maybe they want to go a little more adventure style type game with it. We could see something more like Lost Ark. I mean, we really don't know what it could be. We do know that it's going to be an MMO of some type from there. So we'll have to see what comes out. I'm excited for it. Any new stuff like this, especially coming along the same breadth of the game we're already all into, is pretty cool to see. Them to continue development. I just hope that this doesn't continue to take away from content development from Black Desert, which it probably won't, since they get tons of money from us already and they can afford to have more than one project do fairly well. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on it and see how it goes. That's it for this video, guys. Just want to let you know what's going on with that. If you were curious, be sure to like it if you did enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so that you get notifications when new videos are posted. And if you want to catch me live streaming, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description below. You can also head on over there and just drop a follow if you want to check that out this upcoming weekend. With that said, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.